thing we're going to do is go over the rewind. For the first one, I was hoping that you would solve with this one using square roots. This is a great problem to practice the jailbreak method. Get rid of your faraway friend, divide everything by 2. What we end up with is A is equal to the square root of 45. Okay, you can type that into a calculator and get a decimal, or you can practice the way that we've been practicing in class with jailbreak. This breaks down into a 3, another 3, and a 5. So your final answer here should be 3 square root of 5, and then also remember there's a negative version of that as well. For the second problem, this goes all the way back to skill 6. E is equal to mc squared, the famous Einstein relativity equation. Can we solve this equation for C? Okay. First thing we're going to do is get rid of our faraway friend, which in this problem is the m. Divide by m on both sides. And we end up with E over m equals c squared. We're not quite done. To get rid of that little 2, remember we need to take the square root. And C is equal to square root of E over m. Okay, which doesn't have quite the same ring as the equation that Einstein ended up publishing. So that is your rewind. Make sure that's in the box on the front page. From here, I would like you guys to take a peek at the random workspace box. There's going to be one problem today that goes in that space, and it's this one. If you can't, quite all right. The problem that we're going to be practicing today is 5p squared plus 11p minus 36. I would like you to pause the video, write down that problem in the box, and when you think you have the answer, play the video to see if you got the same answer that I did. Okay? Once you click play, get back with me. To solve this problem, we first need to identify our A, B, and C values. Our A value is 5. Our B value is 11, and our C value is negative 36. Okay, in order to use the quadratic formula, we just have to plug these suckers into this equation. Okay, so negative B, our B value is 11, plus or minus the square root of B squared. Our B value is 11, minus 4 times our A value times our C value. And then we'll divide it by 2 times our A value to get. First thing I would do to solve this is I would grab this top part here, our kind of the square root part, and solve it off to the side. That's 11 squared minus 4 times negative 36. Okay. 11 squared is 121. All this stuff together is a positive, right? A negative times a negative cancels out, gives us a positive, and it's going to be 720. I definitely got that in my head. You should all be impressed. Okay, when I add these together, I get 841. And remember, I still have this square root to deal with. So the answer to this part of our problem is 29. Okay, that's just the square root part. I am not yet finished. I still have to plug that in with the other parts of this equation, okay? Negative 11 is just negative 11, okay? I've got my plus or minus, and instead of this whole square root, this big mess, I'm gonna write in what that equals, which I just found was 29, okay? 2 times 5, I'm gonna skip a step, that gives us 10. Okay, and remember what we're looking for. We are finding the 2 places where our parabola crosses the x-intercepts, and one of those we will get from adding negative 11 plus 29. The other one we're going to get from subtracting negative 11 minus 29. Divide by our denominator, which is 10. On this, negative, I apologize. 11 plus 20 will give us 18. So it's 0.8 for the addition, and it's going to be negative 4 for the subtraction. Give yourself a pat on the back.